Okay. One, two, three. Come on. There we go. I wonder if it's catching all that intro part. I bet you it is. All right. So let's jump in here. And alrighty. Yes. Man, there's a significant delay. It's like 10 or 15 seconds at least. I wish there wasn't, but that's okay. Just wanted to do a little bit more work on this. Did the Donkey Kong comparison stream earlier, or at least some of one. I think I'm gonna have to do at least one more, maybe, probably two more, depending on if we can get the other pieces working. But anyways, to this one. Here we are. We are very, very close to being done with the building, which is pretty great. Obviously we've got to like populate it with things, but I think once we're done, there's the basement still, which is going to be a little bit different and interesting. So we're gonna figure that out. I think once I'm done this part, however, I'm gonna try to link this into the world and try to get a test of it going. But that probably won't be done today. We still have to finish off some of this section. I think there's ceilings left to put in, and we want to spin this building into place and connect it all, make sure everything's going to work. Excuse me. Yeah. Put the elevator back in to get a sense of whether or not that wall is going to be in the right place. Man, why am I so chilly? Okay. And then we're going to try to tackle this whole section today. We'll see how much we do. It should be relatively simple because it should be, well, I mean, not simple, but it should be relatively easy once we get the pieces in place. Because basically we're going to do the one floor, and then we're going to do one balcony and duplicate it. So as long as that can be done easily, well, as long as we can get the first layer done and then the second layer figured out, we should be okay. The big problem is going to be the seams on the corners, so we're going to have to tackle that pretty quickly. First things first, let's just finish off the pieces we hadn't finished in here, which are... just make sure we have ceilings on all these pieces. So we don't have a ceiling on this part. We do in there, but we need a ceiling here. We need a ceiling there. We need a ceiling on the second floor, but the first floor is good. Actually, we ended up making a basement floor. Oh yeah, and did we put two floors? Yes, we did. We put two floors above. So we ended up doing an extra floor from our plan, but it works out really well to give the feeling of an apartment block. We'll just make it more bedding area. So we need... Did we get a ceiling in here? We did. Okay, so we just need the two floors of ceilings in this hallway and then the staircase. And we can figure out what to do with this with meshes later. And then we need to put the ceilings on all three floors here. And we haven't done that because of the weird bleed that's going to happen. We're going to have to figure out what to do here. Hopefully it doesn't interfere too much right now. Obviously, this is a big problem. So we're going to have to figure out a way to figure this out a bit better. Basically, we're going to have to do something where we like cut these pieces that are bleeding into here as much as possible out. And then find ways to put like little bits of things on the inside here to hide those holes. And then, well, we'll see what else we can do because there's not a lot of space here that we can use. We could pull this roof through this way a bit more and give us another foot of space this direction. We could pull this over a little, maybe. But that still won't cover this whole thing. So we'll see. We have to figure that out. It's going to be a problem. And the same thing is going to happen with the roof. So we're going to have to figure that out. But first, let's do the easy parts. Let's get them out of the way. We want the red with the red. Probably want to keep that consistent. So we'll just use these pieces again. Yeah. So I'm just going to take this whole section and I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm going to bring it up, but I'm not going to put it onto this floor. I'm going to put it onto the top floor. Actually, this top floor, well, no, it's fine. So we'll put this onto the top floor. All right. And then I'm going to take a different section for the other one. That's why I wanted to take them separately so that they don't look the same. We're breaking up a little bit of the spaces. So that one looks basement E. These are going to look a little bit different. That is too far over. That's fine. Okay. So those two sections now have their ceiling pieces. Good. And then we need something for here. Let's see what we've got. What are these pieces called? Grab one. Building wallpaper, small ceiling only. So BLD. Actually, let's just do SM seal only. Come on. Okay. SM seal only. It just didn't want to do anything. Let's see what the brick one looks like. I think it's really ugly if I... Yep. But for a stairwell, that's actually not the worst thing in the world. So let's think about this. Maybe. And I'm willing to put this a little bit higher up because it's in a fire escape. So that's an option. Let's check the concrete. It's the same, right? Yeah. Okay. The deco is the weird tile one. We can't use that. What is... oh, this is the one with the stars on it. Can't use that. Yeah, that's like plaster, which isn't ideal. What about this one? Could use that, but considering this building's brick, we don't really want a wood roof on that piece. So yeah, let's keep this one. All right. So we're gonna grab this. I'm gonna pull this over and duplicate. And that's good. All right. So the easy part is done. I just want to make sure. It looks like it's not bleeding out the right side enough. There we go. Okay. So this whole thing should have ceilings all the way up. Nope, there is a gap here. Okay. Good, I checked that. Oh no, wait, hold on. That's the garage. That's fine. Okay. So there's ceilings on those, ceilings on that, ceilings on these pieces. That whole thing has ceilings. Perfect. All right, so now we just need to do these pieces. And I was going to do this, right. I was going to keep going with this roof here. So let's do that. Okay. Do it again. These are all like, there's not really much tile differences between how these look in terms of all these same pieces of the set. So I'm not even going to bother switching them out. We're first of all, like, people don't look up there very much, and we're going to have lighting and things that are going to help make that kind of blend in. So it shouldn't be too noticeably tiled when it's all done. Hopefully, this one might be a problem. We have to watch that. It actually looks like I've covered it. Huh. There's a little bit of bleed there. We'll have to pay attention to that corner. But we'll see. It might be okay. This one goes in there. I need another tile, 2 tiles this way. Although right now that's going to cut into the elevator, so we're going to have to watch that. Yeah. It's going to be very complicated to get all this stuff to work properly once we get all the different pieces in place. That's why we're doing this now. Let's do these. Duplicate this and move this over. And one more set, I think. Or is that good? Yeah, one more set, it looks like. Should match the floor a bit better than that, shouldn't it? Is it because these aren't bleeding into the wall? Yeah, okay. Let's move all of this. There we go. It's actually possible to see through the floor. Sometimes I forget. Okay. And we want to pull it all over 1. Yeah, so that's matching there. Uh-huh. Oh, I forgot these outside. Huh. I didn't match them up very well. Now they are. Okay, so now they're matched up with the floor pieces. This doesn't need to exist because it's way outside the range. And that's right. Okay. So, oh, this one didn't move. All right. It does have a problem where it's bleeding into here right now, but I can just move these over, but it also will depend on when this all gets rotated, which I'm going to have to do pretty shortly here. Okay. Let's grab this whole thing. This one inside? Oh yeah, it's got a little bit of a hole there. Okay. I want to add this to the residences. And I'm going to, oh no, I can't just duplicate it because it's not going to look good in these sections, but at least we have this part figured out. I can also just push this up a little bit higher and have a little bit of that cement exposed, and it won't be too bad in this area because this is going to be there, and then that's not going to have an issue. Okay, might just do that. Although then that piece is bleeding through, which is the problem. Dang it. That one needs to come through there because it needs to be there. Could switch these with quarter pieces, but that always looks like crap because the quarter pieces don't tile properly. We'll figure this out. Okay, keep that low ceilinged for now. We could raise the ceiling in here, but that's not going to solve the problem. That'll just make it worse. But whatever. All right, next floor. This, I might now make them all red, right? Yeah, so we can change out the colors as well at some point, but right now it doesn't matter. We're just going to get the actual geometry in place first. All right, so we have 2 more floors to do. What do we want to do? Probably do the plaster roof. So this one actually does have different tiles. So let's just grab the first one. I want it to bleed in just a bit. That looks right. And what about this way? Cannot tell because of the pillar. Okay, that's perfect. So we're gonna base it all on that position. Let's grab in another piece. Oh my. Which floor is the most destroyed? We're gonna have maybe the wear should be worse up top. Although we've currently made it the other way around, where this one has more damage to it. They're both. Oh yeah, this is dormitory floor, so it should probably be less destroyed than the one below it. All right, so we don't want something like this huge of a gash, probably. That one's also a little bit too big. These are all like severe water damage, basically. That one's not terrible. We could put that somewhere in like a corner or something. Let's put it like that, and we'll put it somewhere over here. Let's see what else we have. This is also not terrible. We could put it somewhere over here. This one too. About 8. 8 is too big. About 9. 9 is also not the worst. 10? 10 is pretty messed up. Okay. So these are our tiles. We're going to do maybe one right above the doorway. Right over here. Nice. And we'll just tile this guy over to this side. We can rotate these every now and then to get rid of some of the tiling issues. So now we're going to take these, and we'll duplicate these and pull these forward. Connect them in. We can do this guy. So let's pull this one into the middle. We'll pull this one. This one over to this side. Okay, that's perfect in terms of the line. Okay, right there. Is that correct in terms of depth? Yep. Okay. We'll rotate this one this way. Why not? This is another big hole. We'll put this one over in this corner over here. That's probably. Can I move it? How far in will that be into that wall? Too far. Put it here. Okay, and then we'll take these two and duplicate these and pull these over and out. Is that good? Looks right. Oh, hello. All right, so let's see here. I'm gonna put this guy more into the corner than that. Can we? So let's take these and shove these over for a second. I'm going to duplicate this one and pull this back. This one's going to end up rotating. Oh god, what axis are we looking at here? There we go. Pull that over here. If I pull this over to that, is that too far into the wall? It is. What about if it was over here? Too far. Okay, so it would have to be here. Too bad. I don't really want it there. What if I put it over here then? Maybe like that would be outside, so it'd have to be here. Come on. Go. Something like that. Okay, pull it into the correct position. Maybe even move it one tile over, because this is going to be spun outwards. Or no, it's spun inward. So yeah, never mind. Never mind. Put this back here. We'll see how that goes when we spin that, but it's going to go somewhere in that area. And now we're just going to take some of these, duplicate them, pull them over. Is that right? Yep. Okay. And then this one, that one needed. Unfortunately, yes. Although that seems. Why is that so far past everything? Or is that not? Oh, maybe it's not. Okay. What about this one? Is this one needed? It also is. Okay. We can just duplicate this one and shift it over. Now that's there. And we can do the same thing. Grab these two, duplicate and pull these guys back. Fill up this hole. And duplicate it and pull it. Oh, come on. How much is this one over? Okay, we went all the way into there, so that far. Okay. We'll finish this line when we spin the building, I think. We already have the pieces in place, so it's going to be fine. Yeah. All right, so now we're going to take this whole section again. Man, this 45. I might want to pull this in a little bit further just to eliminate these pieces here so that they don't bleed into here as much. We're going to have to try that once we pull this down a layer. Okay. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Let's duplicate this and drop this down. Cool. Somebody's car got it broken into, maybe? I didn't hear any break, actually. It might just be somebody knocked into it. Hopefully somebody deals with the alarm soon. All right, so that's all the roof pieces in here. I really now think I should probably pull this wall in, because these two pieces are going to be problematic. Like, look how far they're bleeding in. And I just don't know how I could fix that. Like, there's just no way, really. So we're going to delete these two. Oh, it only deleted the one. Delete these two. And do the same down here. Okay, so now there's still bleed from that. Delete these two as well. And these two aren't as problematic, but, well, we'll just leave them for now. We'll figure it out if we get this wall to come into the right place. So, I want to grab these. Just 2 floors? Should be 3. Okay. I want to check one of the ones that I can more easily check against. So we're going to select this, deselect that, deselect this, and select that. There we go. Now we can see. So, how far forward do we have to pull this guy? There. Okay. And if we pull it to there, we're going to need to pull that pillar over because we're going to have to match that seam up. So let's do that. Yeah, because that's as far in as we want to go. How is that in terms of matching? It's not quite. I could pull this wall in a touch. No, we're going to keep going. I'm going to go just a bit further. Oh, that went inwards. Pull it one more. Is that too far now for this pillar to deal with? Possibly. Let's pull the pillar over. Is there a seam there? Nope, that's good. Okay, so that will work. So let's grab all the pillars at once and pull them in. Perfect. Still doesn't solve that problem, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, I could extend this wall all the way over on this floor, and then it wouldn't be a problem. It's only on this floor that I really want that open space because you need to be able to move around the pool table a bit more. So I could theoretically do that, and it would solve this issue. Let's do that. Okay, we'll delete this corner piece in here and this pillar. Oh, can't see. Where am I looking? Here we go. So that's going to come into there, and that's now hidden in there. So we can delete out whatever ceiling piece was there. This one. Yeah. Oh, come on. What the heck? Why did that shoot over? All right. So that one's eliminated, and this one also is eliminated, I think. Yep. Good. So that solves that problem. We can actually push this whole thing up again, which is nice. It gives me extra height in the basement. Which is going to be what? It was going to be office space, right? Yeah. It's going to be a little bit weird to have a tall ceiling in here, but that's okay. Let's do that. And then that fixes the problem in here for this floor at the very least. How is this piece? This piece is now eliminated. Awesome. All right, so that floor is good. How's this floor? So these pieces still bleed out quite a bit. I can't solve that from there. There's a bit of bleed here, but it's not a lot. The bigger problem is this one. Okay, what can I check here? Second, sorry about that. Is there a quarter piece of a ceiling? Probably not. There is quarter pieces. I could put a quarter piece in, but they suck at tiling for the bottom. order. It would be the wallpaper small platform, this one. The problem is if I change this to be like any of these other ones. Actually, that one's not terrible. Okay. Maybe. Is it going to fix our problem, or are we going to need like 8 of these? um, yeah, I need to move this guy out of the way so that I can see where I need to fill. Let's pull this up and pull it over. I don't think it's going to fix our problem. Although it might improve it slightly. If I can do... How much bleed is there in here? Nah, no, that's not gonna... Not really. I mean, a little. It chops off a little bit, but not a significant amount, really. Move this guy back, please. There we go. What can I do? Because that's a lot of bleed into there. I can't afford to do that. Hmm. I could drop the ceiling or raise the ceiling and make this specific section a little bit different. Um, and then use a mesh to hide the seam. Huh. So if I raised all of this part of the ceiling slightly, and then had this part lower, then I could put this part at a different angle, and then put a thing to cover the seam in. Man, this is gonna be challenging. It's basically just this section that we're worried about. So if we could put in something right here and lower this or raise it, it would probably be better lowering it so that it's like framing the pool table basically. Then the question is how would it make sense in here? This part has the same issue. Because like I can pull this forward a little bit, but that would be way too far for, like, it would just eliminate this bathroom basically, which is not okay. This is pretty big. I could pull this in, pull this in, and do the same up here. I think I'd like to try to tackle it from this side though, at least partially. So, why would there be a different section of ceiling on all of the floors? So this one would make sense for the pool table. This one we don't have to fix. But why would these two? Would it make sense to raise it or lower it? We could do one raised and one lowered. But then it doesn't make a lot of sense. Although if we do like a stage, because we have to do the floor here as well. So if we do a stage kind of thing, then we can pull this up as a separate level. And oh no, because pulling that up would be problematic. It'd be really hard to hide the seams. It's much easier if you pull it down. think. Mm. So we could do like a raise a section of the roof, raise a section of the floor, and have like basically a stage area, and that would then allow us to try to flip these to fit a different orientation, and then it's just a matter of hiding up to here, and then it should be okay. But why would I have a stage on 2 floors? That's the question. We could do a stage on 1 floor and a down area on this floor. There's a lot of space actually between here, so that could work really well. So we could do a lowered section. It's harder to hide that seam because it means that we have to do something weird with the 45 with these pieces. Because if these pieces just go underneath something else, then we can put something on top of it and we don't need to worry about it. The problem is if we go down, then we have to find a way to fill in the spacing. Okay. Let's solve this floor first, the upper floor, because if we can figure out a way to do a raised bit here, then we should be fine. Okay, so we're gonna take the pieces that are most problematic, these 3. Come on, these 3 are gonna get pulled out, and I'm gonna rotate each one of them to fit that wall. So these 3. Oh, they are not, okay. Nope, we're gonna rotate them onto the grid first and then move them onto the grid. And then rotate them onto the 45. Wonderful. Okay, so the plan is put these here. That bleed into here. It does. Okay, so we need to push it this way an amount. How far can we go? Up to about there before it starts bleeding in? Is that bleeding in currently? It is a bit. Although you won't see it, but it's still a problem. So we can pull this pillar to fill some of that. That's not a problem. Because it's got quite a bit of space, we can still pull it in. That would be probably as good as we can do. Is that still bleeding through? No. Okay. That's about where we can go to. So we need to do one more of these. Ugh, of course not. We're gonna spin it back. I'm gonna do another one of these. Duplicate this. Put them all together. Spin this back to a 45 and then pull this back into here. We don't want it to bleed into this wall. How much do we have? Too much. How much is it bleeding now? A little bit, but we could probably hide that. Okay. And it's not actually going out enough. So that might I don't know if that hurts us or helps us yet. We can go a little bit farther. Still actually quite far away from that bathroom. Now are we inside the bathroom? Nope, we're still far away from that bathroom. Okay. So we might be able to get away with this. Is it bleeding into this wall at all now? Very, very, very slightly. Okay. How is that? Still good. Okay. I don't know if that pillar is not going to be able to cover that now. How far away from that wall are we? We can come back maybe one click. That's inside now, right? Yeah. So one click isn't going to work because it's going to be 2 clicks and that's going to be visible. Ooh, but very barely. We might be able to get away with that. And then this has to come forward. That's as much as I can cover that. So we could seal this wall in here, but then it's not going to work on the other floor. So what can we do instead? I mean, if it's a raised pool table area, we're gonna have to pull that pool table. We're gonna have to do this further forward. Might be okay. It's not exactly what I wanted, but it'll still be fine, I think. So we're actually gonna do that. We're gonna give ourselves as much space here as possible. We'll just actually I want to keep. Are these the same wall piece? Actually, oh they are. Okay, never mind. Delete this. Duplicate this. Pull this over. That solves that problem. And is this bleeding in currently because I pulled it too far over? It is. So we're going to pull this further this way. Wonderful. That's now not bleeding in, and that should be good. Okay. So then we just put a trim piece in here to blend these two, and we're good. And then we have a little stage area, and that's fine. We need to deal with the ceiling and do the exact same thing, however, and that's where it can be problematic because I can't come down because it would make no sense. But if I go up, I'm gonna need a really, really big, a really big, because it's gonna have to cover this whole area, like basically like there to there. I need a huge mesh. What could I do? I mean, I could like collapse in a bit of the ceiling, have like trim and then just like a collapse section. It's not really what I want to do. Okay, first of all, let's duplicate this. We're gonna shove this down here. Where did it go? So like there. Is that 2 clicks? 1, 2. Even 1, 2. I think it has to be 2. We have to change this to be on grid. Let's move it onto the grid. Duplicate it. Match these up. They are currently not matched up at all. grid. And this way. Okay, duplicate this. Now they're on the same point. And now we can rotate these. I need to select this, deselect that, and select that. There we go. Now I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go into here. How far in is that? Too far. Still too far. That's good. I might have to do something weird with this. That's okay. We can just put a staircase going up there. And just trim piece into the wall. And hopefully it will still be hidden by the wall. Alright, so then this guy is going to come up and onto here so that that's floating. We're going to... Really, ideally, this would go down because there's so much space below. But we'll start it as though it's up, and then we'll see what we can do. Although this whole section... Oh yeah, but this is going to be the problem. This and this. So we can't... I was thinking maybe I could just take that other section of floor, rotate it, and put it down so that its seams line up, but I can't do that. I could do... Oh, this monitor is really bothering me. Give me 1 second here. Okay, that's better. The capacitors or something on that is crying. All right. We could maybe do something. So this is to have enough space around it that you could play pool theoretically, somewhere like that. If it's sunken down, that would be ideal. We'll think about it. So this one I think is resolved. It's the ceiling that's gonna give us some problems still. We eliminated the floor there, and the ceiling here is still the problem. Okay. What can we do? We can spin this one. Yeah, we really do need to put the ceiling down. So let's take these 3 pieces. Let's pull them in. Rotate them onto the grid. Or actually, no, they currently are on grid, right? Let's pull them out. I can't deal with them there. All right. Okay, and do we need 4 pieces? Let's just double check. I want to see what this is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. We need 4 pieces to cover the whole section. Okay. 1, 2, 3 is not enough. We'll duplicate this one, move it over. Wonderful. Are these the same? They are. Let's switch that. Okay. Good enough. And do we need 2 pieces or just 1? Just 1 for this level. Okay. Put you there. Pull you over here. Oh, we need 2 for this section, actually. Although we could do 1. No, it makes sense to do the whole thing. If we're gonna match it, we should match it. Okay, duplicate, pull that over. Let's rotate this 180 that they don't tile exactly. They're still gonna be close, but it's okay. And now, and now we are going to move this whole thing. And I want to match it to the floor. Come on. Actually, if we're going to match it to the floor, we should pull both pieces out and spin them at the same time. All right, pull this out, rotate it. Come on, come on, rotate it. Go here. Match these up. Hopefully they are matched up. Oh, not quite. That matched up. They look matched up now. Yeah, okay, that's should be perfect. Let's pull these over back into where they're supposed to be. Ugh, not that way. Over this way. See. There. Close that wall in. How far back into this wall are they? Too far currently. Okay, now they're in the spaces between. So that should be fine. Okay. And we're gonna pull this down. That's good enough for now. So that's gonna go something like that. And we're gonna have to figure out how to deal with that whole thing. We're going to seal in this guy again. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure that out. So if we're gonna drop this whole guy down, then oh yeah, I haven't deleted these guys yet. Delete. Delete. Is that the right floor? No. Although that isn't necessary either. Neither of these are. Nope. Okay, good. And neither is that. Okay. Pulling that wall forward really made a difference. Okay. But this is the guy we want to get eliminated. Wow. That's really far in there. That seems further in than was necessary in the first place. Where am I looking? Why does it sometimes teleport my camera? That one. Okay. I do not want any bleed into here. This is still problematic. Oh yeah, we haven't deleted the ceiling tiles yet. Right. Oh, but we also haven't, oh yeah, we haven't resolved this section. We're gonna have to resolve this section later. First, just make sure we've deleted all the pieces that are causing issues. This, I'm okay with that. It's below ground, it doesn't matter. So that one's going to stay the same. This one, we're gonna sink this downwards rather than upwards, which is going to create a whole bunch of problems for us. What would be an issue? This one, this whole thing. So how would we do this? Because if we put the seam here, is that going to be too close to the table? Might be. That's going to be too close to the table for sure if it's here. All right, well, first let's figure out the ceiling. So this is already lowered, but you can't really tell it's been lowered. That's okay. Let's go find trim. I need the wallpaper trim, small plat trim edge. Let's see what that looks like once I can see it. Uh-huh. I don't know that I want the edging. I mean, I guess it's fine. Okay, so this would go here. We're gonna need a whole bunch of these. Are these on grid right now, or did I rotate this off grid? I rotated it off grid. Okay. Spin around, come this way. Spin around this way. Excellent. Okay. I'm going to need to figure out where to put this guy. I'm going to need 4 of them to cover the gap at the roof level. So let's do that first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, hold on. Grab that. And actually, let's unselect these and select these back so that we have the handle right in the middle where it's actually useful. 45. And pull this guy up. And we want to cover that gap there. Up to the ceiling. Right. That's pretty much exactly where we want that. So that's going to come in there. Where is this going currently? Into that point. Why is that? Oh, I need another ceiling tile? Oh, yeah, this line should be shifted. Or actually, ooh, do I need another? Looks like I might need another piece. Cover that gap because it's further away from the wall. Although we could just put an edge piece on here and call it a day, which is probably what I'm going to do. So we'll shift all of this over. Come on. All right. Shift this guy over so that it matches up with this, right? Um, Actually, it should match up with this edge here. That's where I want it to be. Let's undo those. There we go. Move it over to get to that edge. Okay. And then I'm going to need one more of these. Duplicate this. Spin this that way. Do I have an... Is there a corner? I don't know. Cap? There is a corner. How does that corner look? Okay, it's a full corner piece. So we delete out these pieces. Come on. Let me select the two pieces. There. Rotate this. Pull this in. Of course, these aren't going to line up now, but I'll fix that in a moment. We're going to pull this up to the roof. Okay. That almost aligned. I need to see where this goes down. So I need to pull these. I think I just need to pull these down first. Okay, pull. One. Okay. So that should align now. So how far is that bleed there? Okay, we need to go over one more. That's too far. So we're gonna have to like manually place these probably. But that's good enough for now. We're gonna deal with that later. But that's effectively what we're gonna do. Drop that whole ceiling down, and then that hides the seam with these two different tile directions. And now we need to do the opposite of that for the floor, which is going to be super problematic. Oh, let's see. What can we do? So let's, first of all, let's just grab these guys and we'll shift all of these down so that they are roughly where they're going to end up. Go down about that distance, I think. Okay, so where am I here? We need to, we're going to delete out these. We could just delete out those. Oh. Hello? Hi. Oh. Okay. So let's see. I wish they didn't have such huge level chunks. I wonder. No, it won't help if I do quarter pieces at all. It will make the problem worse. I want to do as few seam lines as possible. Like ideally, I just do a big square piece, which I could do. It wouldn't match the ceiling. Like I could just do this and bury that. It's a lot of space though. Is this enough space to play pool from this corner to there? I won't know until this is on the ground. So we're looking at cutting this away. Is that enough space to play pool? Theoretically. Well, and we can push the pool table further this way a little bit. Hmm. It's gonna be a problem. Um, hmm. I can just delete these for now anyway. 'Cause I know I'm gonna at least need that much. So we pulled this pool table down. It's gonna be down one more. Yeah, one more. So theoretically, it would be down there, but I think it needs to be further in. Although these pieces don't need to align, I could shift these. Or I could delete out maybe these and pull this whole thing over, and that would be okay. And I could match a roof trim this way so that this doesn't have to come down here, because that's way out the side. I don't have to worry about that. Okay, so we could do that. We could put trim in here. Still not going to match the floor, which is the issue, but well, we'll see. I mean, it is the solution, though, unfortunately. All right, let's grab these pieces. Actually, not this corner piece. We're just going to use the straight pieces. We're going to pull these up to deal with the floor in here, which is going to be raised. And pull this over. Actually, we need one more piece on this set. Pull this back on grid. Oh, pull it onto the grid before I deselect it, please. There we go. Duplicate this, pull this back. Grab these pieces, take the whole thing, rotate it back, and shove this here. That's actually pretty perfect. And that goes into the wall, it doesn't come through. Okay, that'll be great. That solves that issue. We still need to solve the ceiling in here. We gotta figure out what we want to do with it. Doesn't make sense to shrink both pieces. Which is unfortunate because it would be way easier to deal with. I could, because there's a piece of floor below this. I mean, I could pull. How far in could I go with this? Because theoretically, no, that's right at the edge, isn't it? Yeah, I can't go any further. Dang it. Because theoretically, I could have it just be like a platform for like plants and stuff. But if I do that, and then I could shrink the ceiling down. That wouldn't look weird. I might want to. I'm thinking I might just do that. Even though it's going to be very big. Oh, come on. Where did that thing go? Why is it sometimes shoot off into the distance? It does feel like it has problems detecting that sometimes. All right. So we put that there. Then we'll grab out these. Is it 3? No, we need 4. Duplicate these and pull these up. Okay, there's something. I think these are not in the right spot. They need to get pushed back. Can't go too far back. How far is that? Okay, that's still good. How is that lined up with the edge there? I can't see. Show me where I'm looking, please. Oh, I'm down a floor. Please show me which one I'm looking at. There we go. Is there a gap there? No, in fact, there's still too much. Are these not aligned? Oh, these, hold on. Are these not aligned? They are, they look aligned to me. So maybe these aren't aligned. Still. But how far back can I go? I can go back like one chunk maybe. Okay, let's undo that selection. Okay, that should line up perfectly with that now. Don't bleed in, please. Okay, they still are in the gap. That's good. What about on this side? Where is the bleed on this edge? Okay, it's in the hole there. It's not inside the wall. Perfect. So that fixes those problems. Hooray. This went right through. No, that was just a visual bug. Okay, cool. I was like, oh my god, that looked like it went way further than I thought. But it isn't. Okay, so we can just deal with that like that. Put some plants on here, it will be fine. This floor, we're gonna lower this. That's going to be a bit problematic, but we should be able to make this work. So let's see. That's where that has to be, but we could potentially move this. So if we move this, we should try to make it give about the same amount of this on either side. So let's try that. We'll delete these pieces and we'll not duplicate. We'll move this piece over to about there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Okay, so that's even. And then we put this in the middle. We put a couple of these pieces still. That too low for the trim pieces? That might be fine actually. I need a interior corner. Is there an interior corner? Trim free corner. Trim corner top or trim platform cap. What is a cap? Is it just like a tiny little edge piece? Yes, useless. Okay. Well, not entirely useless, but useless for what I'm trying to do. End piece is an exterior end piece. Trim L corner. Is that? Yeah, okay, perfect. That's what I'm looking for. An interior trim corner. Excellent. I don't like that lip, but we can do something to hide that, I'm sure. Should probably be a wood thing for this area, actually. Let's see. This one. Nope, that one is the super rusticy one. What about PS? What is it? L corner. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. Perfect. In fact, I might want to switch all of them out to this, but this area definitely should have this. Oh, and it's even better than the other one for a lot of reasons. All right. And sink that into there. And now I don't need to hide the edge because it actually looks right. What about this thing? Okay, no, that looks right from the bottom, actually. My nose is itchy for some reason. All right. So there we go. Okay, so that one, yeah, okay, that weird edge is fine. This is a problem. We are going to delete this one out and put in the wood one instead, which sucks because right now it perfectly aligns with the thing, but that's okay. We'll figure this out. This one. Is it? No, it's the PS. Yeah, that is PS. Okay. Up. Yeah, because that's like a concrete edge, which makes no sense. Actually, do we have? Is there a deco one? Deco. Okay, what does this look like? It might be too fancy for this. Oh, it's way too fancy. Okay. Yeah, no, for this building it's too fancy. Okay. Shelled. The shelled building, wallpaper, wood, PS. And we have the brick one, but the brick one also has that concrete edge, I believe. So let's just double check. It's got a cinder block edge. Oh, it's kind of like a tile edge. Actually, that could work. What can we change this to? Oh yeah, that could definitely work. All right. So we could do brick for this one. Oh, come on. I'm trying to see what I'm doing. Because I want this one to be like a planter one, so it's not gonna have um carpet probably in the end. I'm gonna have to switch these tiles out, but that's all right. Let's do like a, oh, interesting. Could do, ooh, we could do the white subway tile, which I've wanted to do for a while. Might look a little bit odd in the space. Brick might be better. Actually, it's not bad. Let's do that. Okay. We're gonna need 4 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. All right. Let's do that. Duplicate. Shift this. Duplicate. Shift this one. And one more time. Although I can't see the end of this thing, so that's a problem. Let's move these over. Yeah, that is colliding. There. All right, grab these. Come on. Shift, rotate these. And let's try to put it exactly on top of the other one. That looks pretty exact. All right, what is this one? That's the brick one. Can I grab the other one? I might not be able to. Oh, that did just grab the other one. Ungrab these two and delete that one. So we got 2 of them. Hold on. Is there like a way that I can grab? If I change the camera angle. Maybe I can select. Where is the? Okay, unselect that. Unselect that one. That should just be that one. All right. Actually, make sure I didn't grab the top area as well. Yes, it's just this one, I think. Okay. Same thing here. No, I need to grab that. Great. Okay, and make sure I didn't grab any of that stuff. Good. I want to switch these out for the, what is this set? The brick set. So let's look for this piece. Actually, I don't need to look for it. I have a whole bunch of it right here. We're just gonna grab all 4 of these. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Duplicate. Pull these over. Shift them up. Deselect these 2 and then reselect those to get the handle in the right place. Spin these around and put these into place. See if we can match them up perfectly. Looks like we cannot. Interesting. It's lined up perfectly with the edge though, and that's the most important thing. Although, no, there's a crack there. Dang it. It's like, it's gotta be exact, and right now it isn't. If I go too far the other way, it's gonna bleed into this wall. As long as it doesn't bleed into this space, we're good. Come on, where is it? No, it's bleeding in. Oh no, it's hidden by the wall. Okay, that's fine. So we're good here. Let's delete these. This. Okay, yep, those are the wrong ones. Good. And this one. Those. Perfect. And now we can do, well, we're going to turn these all into the same color. Is it? that. Probably the wet one, right? What is this one? Brick white, but it's not going to have brick white because that's not a thing. Wet's probably good. If it's going to be planters, it's probably fine being wet. Depends on how shiny the wet is. Okay, sweet. That looks pretty good. We're going to change out the carpet in one of these floors at some point, but that's fine. So let's save this, and let's deal with this guy now. So we're doing the building wood PS. So BLD wood PS, and we want the trim edge. What are we going to do about how tall of a piece can we do in here? Actually, that's a good question. Let's grab one of these and check that it can go in here. It might not be able to. So it can go right up to there. No, it comes down too far. Okay. How do we fill the gap? Or do we just, we'll just bring the floor up to this edge piece and then we won't worry about it. That's what we'll do. Trim edge. This is the right one, right? No. Actually, wait, hold on. Trim end. Yeah, this is the right one. Okay. Put that on that space. Oh, this is facing the wrong direction. It has to be flipped 180, which is annoying because the handle is in the wrong place for that. I don't know why. Trim should be based on the center, or on the exterior, not the interior space, but that's all right. Or on the, rather, the interior space, not the exterior space, which is how they have it set up right now. I'm just gonna have to deal with that gap myself. All right. This actually can get shifted over so that it's not under the floor. And we'll grab these. Oh, come on. What the heck? Camera. Camera. Don't die. There we go. Pull that over here. And as long as that doesn't come through, oh, dang it. Dang it. It's so close. Can we pull this wall forward just one click? Will that break anything? Probably not. We could probably do that. Let's just do that. Pull this one in. And that's still going to be enough space on the landing. I'm sure it's not going to feel too claustrophobic, and it fixes that problem. So, perfect. All right. So we're just going to smash these two into each other and just hope for the best. Because we're going to have weird bleed on the corners here, too. We could put pillars in. We'll see if we have to do that. Depends on how bad that the overlap is. That perfect. That's pretty perfect. Okay, cool. Let's do the same with the other side. Duplicate that. Spin this in. Okay, so that's not perfect. So this floor piece should theoretically be pulled in one more then. Although, okay, that's not a problem though, because that goes into that wall now, which we have a gap for. Where is my handle? Oh, yeah. No, wait, hold on. Yeah, where is my handle? Oh, why is rotational over there, but translational over there? Okay. Pull this in one. Now this can go there, and that will be fine. Okay, and now we're going to duplicate this. Pull this in here. Actually, we need 2 of these, so let's duplicate it. And I can't see the seam. There's the seam. All right. Grab both of these, put them on the 45, and line them up as good as we can. We could even inset them into the wall a bit too, actually, which is not a bad idea. We can just shove these into the wall. As long as it doesn't create a gap. Ugh, it's going to be super hard to align this, isn't it? Might not be worth trying. Maybe we should just have an overlap. That's pretty darn close. No, there's still a gap there. Oh man. Is there a way to get this to go in line? Not really. Alright, we're gonna have some bleed into the room and just ignore the problem that way. Yeah, that has to come over a touch. Okay, that's good. And we'll now bring this floor up. There. And there. And finish it off here. I'm gonna have to duplicate both of these. And pull them in. There's an overlap. How's that? Still an overlap. Ugh, this is going to be so annoying to line up. Stupid 45s. I mean, this should be... I should be able to do this. Okay, we can just pull it all out onto the grid, spin it. We'll duplicate the pieces in the side, spin it, and then spin it back. Okay, where is my handle? Here it is. So we're just going to duplicate these. Pull these out. I cannot see. Let's pull them in one just so that I can see the edge. Okay. Grab these. Pull these in. There we go. Is there any pieces we're missing? I think there's 2 on the outside, right? Yeah. How are we gonna line these up? Come on. Okay, so those are like way over, or not. How do I line these up? Show me something. Oh, actually, they are perfectly lined up somehow. All right. Grab those. Grab these. Grab that. Grab that. Grab that. This. The whole thing. Hope so. Spin this onto the 45 again. Not that far. There we go. Oh, I did not grab all the pieces, it looks like. Oh no, I did. It just has a hole there because I haven't filled it yet. Okay. Let me see into the room, please. Okay, that actually is perfect. Now let's just make sure it's still... Yeah, it doesn't matter outside, actually. That's right. That's why we're doing this. Okay. Excellent. We have solved the issue with the bleed between the 2 buildings. I'm gonna have to put some staircases in here. Let's do that now. Stairs. We need... What is this set again? Wood. PSM. PSM, I need tiny stairs. Half tiny, probably. Oh, 1 is fine. Actually, no. 03 is better. We want a really short staircase. And we'll snap this to this and down. Okay, that's gonna be fine. We'll put it over one more. Nice. That'll work just fine. We should put one maybe up on the other side as well. Well, we'll see. This is a pool table area. Is there enough space on all corners? It looks like there is. Okay. Is it weird that the two pieces don't align perfectly? It kind of is, but I'm okay with it. Because it's just going to be so much of a problem to fix. All right. This is not going to have stairs because it's just going to be planters, so that's fine. It doesn't look like it's lined up because the contrast between these colors is so great. It looks like that's like floating, but it isn't. All right. This building's solved. We'll just leave that there. There's going to be an elevator in here, so we're going to have to pull the elevator. The elevator's going to have to bleed onto the street a little bit, but nobody's going to know, so that's fine. I can pull it further in. All right. Now what do I want to do? I want to turn this building and put it in the right place. Let's just make sure we have everything that we need before we do that. Do we want to keep... Right, we have to decide whether or not we want to keep this wall. I kind of want to do that subway tile in here, which is the brick wall. So if we're going to do that, we should do it now. So let's do that. We'll replace, I think, just these walls with it. And then we'll do the rest still as wallpaper. Building. So it's BLD brick SM wall. Okay, we want wall. We want these pieces. And make sure that's not a super tall one. Yep. All right, so let's grab this. Let's change this to white. Nice. Pull that in. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a cool kitchen backsplash wall. What does this one look like? If we switch it to white, is it any different from the other one? It's dirtier, maybe? It's hard to tell. There's like some kind of texture on it, but I can't really tell what that texture is. Oh, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like scratched up. Gonna have to see it in game, unfortunately. Looks like it's dirty, which is fine if it's right behind the stove. That actually looks right. So maybe we use another one of these. Well, actually, let's see what 3 looks like. It's another one with the dirty stuff on it. That's actually perfect. Yeah. Okay. So if we put these there, and then we'll put another one of the regular undamaged ones here. Let's see. Come on. There. Okay. Sweet. That seam is weird. We'll grab a pillar to hide that seam a bit. That's better. Okay. We're gonna have to figure out how to fill all the things we need to fill in here, but that's fine for now. Oh, that's the ceiling piece. It's gonna be a problem too. Yeah, we might have to trim that inwards like we did on this side, which is actually not the end of the world because we did trim it on this side, and that's not lined up correctly still. These need to be aligned. I will take the whole thing and put it on grid and then fix it and then rotate it back is what I'm going to do. Whoa, okay, hold on. Is this one piece like super off? Maybe that's the problem. Oh no. Yeah, it's hard to take. Hard to sell. So since this piece comes in and around, we'll just do the same thing on this side, I think. So we actually won't keep this. Let's rotate this onto the grid. We'll pull it onto the grid. In fact, we should do it separately because these are going to be in one grid orientation and the other one's going to be in the other. There we go. Those should line up now. They're a little bit off. This has to come out just a touch. Okay. Grab these. Come on. Pull this out one. These should now be aligned. Yep. All right. And then we're going to duplicate this guy and put him on the other corner. Duplicate. Pull it over. Is this the right corner? No. This is the one. I can't see what's going on because of these stupid extra pieces. Let's delete those. This one's going away too. Can't see from this. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to pull this one in. Should be aligned perfectly. Okay, great. Hopefully we don't need a long piece going down the back, but we'll see in a second. I will try to put these back in place. Okay, so we're gonna rotate this once, and we do need that back piece. Okay. Can't see. So grab this one, duplicate it, spin it. Figure out where that piece is. Right there. Pull this over, push it in. Okay. Now we should be good. I want to line that one up into the wall, so it should be fine. Okay, and we're going to pull this one into that wall there. Make sure it doesn't come into here in any weird way. As long as it doesn't come into this stairwell, we're fine. That looks like it's fine. And we need to make sure it's not in the back corner. Good. It's actually like basically exactly where I wanted it. So that's good. I mean, I could theoretically even make this smaller and just have it be, nah, it's fine. Okay. This edge needs to be duplicated. Actually, I'm just going to use the non-super broken pieces. I'm going to grab these, duplicate this, and pull this forward so I can see it. Nope, not that way. This way? There. It's a weird angle. And duplicate this once again. And go up to here and we'll fix that once we rotate this whole building. These pieces I need to put into the residence's upper top of residences. There we go. So that I can take this whole building and rotate it. We're gonna keep the rest of these walls these ways. This is all good for the most part. We're gonna have to figure out how to fix these. All right, so I think that's everything we can do on grid for this building. These I can swap out materials for, that's fine. Yeah. So let's get rid of residences. Oh, we have to put all this stuff into residences first. Okay, let's do that. What's the best way to do this? Let's get rid of everything we don't want to touch. This whole guy too. That's going to, oh wait, hold on. Is that supposed to line up with those? Yeah, okay, so we need to pull those over as well. Okay, put those into top of residences, and now we hide this. Is there another piece here? Add selection to layer. This looks like it's also add selection to layer. I think this one is 2. I wouldn't have put corners in on the other way. Let's put these in here. Anything else? No. Okay, we need to get rid of the restrooms. Okay. Everything I can grab here should be part of this. I don't need these pieces, I don't think, anymore. Well, whatever. We'll deal with that later. We'll worry about that later. First, let's do this. Residences, add selection to layer. No. That one stays on library. Yeah, okay. So we didn't quite grab it exactly, but we did manage to figure it out, and it has a safety for that. That's nice. Okay, so anything that we didn't grab there. Okay, that's good. So these are now separated. So theoretically, I can hide the residences and I can grab this. Now we can, no, oh, did that deselect it when I did that? I can now show the residences. And what we're going to do is rotate this guy where he's supposed to be. Which is the weirdest way, but it will make sense this way. 45? Or wait, hold on. It rotates in this way, right? Let's check our reference. It rotates. No, it rotates the other direction. It rotates this way, but not that far. So we have to take off the grid snapping, unfortunately, and do something like that. Okay, so we're going to align these. That was the whole purpose of putting that wall there. This is going to be a super huge pain in the butt to get all this to work properly. In fact, we wanted this to line up with that perfectly. We wanted it to be like this. So maybe it is on a 45. Is that going to be a problem? Right now it's problematic. We can delete out the extra pieces, although those pieces look like they were in the wrong place anyway. All right, hold on. Is it a problem? No. Sort of. Maybe. We can put a pillar in here and that will solve the problem. So these pieces were supposed to be aligned, more or less. Okay, so is it supposed to be on a 45 then? Hold on. Let's undo the rotation. Okay. Let's save this before we do anything stupid. Let's put this back onto the grid snapping rotation. And okay, it was on a 45. So then we aligned these more or less. We can fix that later. Like there. Is it better to come in further or go out? Probably to go out more. So let's go out more. Oh, not that way. This way. Somewhere like there. Oh, come on. Why did it rotate that way? There we go. Somewhere like that should be okay. Let's just make sure that the doors line up correctly. I'm going to select this. There we go. And now, come on. You're going to keep the rotational thing way up there. Oh, wait. I don't need rotational. I need the other way. Translational. Okay. Pull that to there. Okay. If that doesn't bleed into here, we're all good. That looks perfect. So that's where we're going to put it. Check this floor. That's good. This floor is good. Okay. There is where we're going to put it. So now we have to figure out a way to connect these guys together. This is going to be a problem. It actually would be better if we take this whole floor and raise it a touch, and it's not going to affect the lower floors if we do that, which is good. What about this one? This one is the same problem, right? Yes. So if we push these all up one notch, that will actually be better. We'll just put a step in. Okay. So let's hide the residences once again. We'll take this whole section and we'll raise this up by 1. Oh, that shifted the whole building over slightly, and I do not want to do that. Uh-oh. Is there a redo? Edit, redo. Okay. The problem is if I pull this up, actually, we should just do the whole thing shifted up slightly, because that way this is also not a problem. Yeah, okay, we'll just take the whole residence, or the whole top of residences building, because it was a separate building in the model, so it would make sense for it to be a separate building otherwise as well. So we're just going to shift it up 1, which is right there. Yeah. So if we put the ceiling, is it going to be ugly? Oh yeah, and it's still going to be a problem with the ceiling bits too. So, what do I do? I can shove the ceiling between the floors. That's something I could do actually, because this is all contained. So if I shove the ceiling up, then that might be okay. It'll have a weird trim line, but that should be fine. We can put a piece of trim in to hide the seam a bit. We're gonna have to double this trim up, which should be okay. I hope 1 step is not an issue. I mean, I could just shove the stairs in. It should be good. It should be fine, right? 1 step shouldn't be a problem. I'm sure there's like a single step I could find somewhere. All right. Let's try it like this. We might have to come back in the future and fix it, but I think this will work. So if we shove this, if we keep this height here, then this is good. But we shove the whole ceiling up a touch, then we can do... Oh my god, stop highlighting things you don't need to be highlighting. Just select everything. And there we go. Can't tell what's selected and what isn't. All right. We want to shift this ceiling. Actually, this ceiling's already in the fine place. We don't have to worry about that one at all. We're going to put a trim piece in here, and that's going to hide that problem. And we're going to continue this wall through, and that's going to be fine. This floor, we're going to put a trim piece in. We can shove the floor under. That's fine. It's this piece we got to worry about. So we're going to put this whole wall piece, or this whole ceiling piece up. Oh, come on. Stupid pool table in my way. In fact, we can take this whole thing and move it up as well. And that will actually be okay. And then we don't have to double the height of it. Okay, grab these. Grab that. Still a couple pieces in here. Grab that. Any other piece that I'm missing in the ceiling here? Nope. All right, shift it up one. Okay. That's fine, and then that lines up with that, which is currently bleeding in. Dang it. So we have to go up 2. Which is okay as well, actually, because this is going to now be on the right height for that. So this one will line up. The rest of it won't, which is fine. And then this is going to go in between the floor and the ceiling so that there's a point there that is hidden. There's not going to be any bleed. Okay, that'll work. Let's just make sure it works in here. Not going to do anything weird. This. They're right up against each other, but it should be okay. Oh, come on. Oh, no, it's not quite. Dang it. What can I do? What can I do? I could shift it just a touch. Well, hold on. Okay. Let's hold this for a second. If we go up to here, we're now bleeding into the ceiling, right? Yeah. And we don't want to pull this down, although we could. We could make this a lower ceiling. It's not ideal. Because I don't want to push up into there, which it currently is. So I could pull this down. Now that just shifted it a whole bunch. I hope that didn't push a gap somewhere. Okay, no, it's still got some bleed. Good. Yeah, it's probably okay that we pulled that ceiling down a touch. It's not ideal, but it'll fix that problem. All right. So there's no bleed in here now. Nope. No bleed down there. Nope. This floor. This is going to have bleed right now. So this has to come up. Same problem. So we have to go up with the whole thing here. The whole thing. I think it is because I have to still add pieces in. Yeah. Okay. I can't see. Let's deselect these 2 pieces and then reselect them. All right. And we're going to pull it up into there. That's going to be a problem. I can just lower that one tile. And that might be the only one that's problematic. We're going to have to figure out what to do with this. Connecting these 2 is going to be a bad thing. No, we'll just put a beam in and we'll hide the edge. Yeah. Okay. So that's currently problem still. What if we pull this all the way up? Is this going to be a problem anywhere? It's going to bleed into the floor above, but it doesn't have a floor above, so it should be fine. We go up 2, and then that comes into the perfect spot. These don't have bleed because there's no bleed in there. Perfect. Yes. Okay, so this one should work with that, so I don't have to mess with this ceiling at all. And we're just going to have this come down, and then we'll put a beam in and hide the seam. Okay. Let's do that. So we'll duplicate this piece. Pull this out. Duplicate this again. Pull this out. Rotate this a little bit to hide the tiling on that one. Okay, and we need to do another one going in that way. Okay, and we will put a beam in here to hide that. And that'll be good. And then we'll take this one, duplicate this and pull this over here. And then we're going to seal this in. There's going to be an elevator somewhere over here, so we can't seal too much of that in, but we'll have to figure out where that's going to go. All right, so let's just see where we're at. Okay, we need to do floor piece there. And we're going to have to do some kind of step in here, but that's okay. Actually, this one will probably get hidden by the step. We probably only need this one. Okay. This comes out a little bit far, but that's fine. So we're going to hide that with trim. So let's do that. Is this the right trim to use? What are we going to do? Since it's a bit different building connecting with it, maybe it makes sense to make a brick trim there. It would be weird to have the wallpaper trim. The wood trim would be what would be good. We could also do a concrete trim. Tiny. I want to see tiny stairs. Because I want to put this in here. Like that, basically. And that's going to stick down, isn't it? Yeah. That sucks. What about the O1? Because it doesn't quite come down as far, I don't think. Oh, no, it does. Is there like a step? Steps, steps, steps. Closed, closed, open. These are all set dressing. Interior wall steps. Nope. Okay. Stair. Is there like a single stair? Stairs. Old. O1. Half block. Short. Tiny. I thought there was one that was like a single step. The question is like, that's huge. I need something that's like a single step. Let's see. Hall stairs, narrow stairs. Swimming pool stairs. Come on. Let's see. Oh, weird. That's like a really steep, tall staircase. Sub hall stair. No. Okay. Stairs block. Nope. Stairs block tiny. Those are actually smaller, aren't they? Let's see. still gonna come through. Dang. Uh-huh. Hopefully the nav mesh can just resolve this step. That's my only concern, is that the nav mesh is not going to be able to determine that this is like a step up. But we could maybe put a ramp in. It might be okay if we can find something like a ramp. Let's see. Ramp. Landscape, interior, subtunnel, landscape, landscape. These are all going to be like huge pieces. Yeah. Nope. I can just lie something down there. Worst comes to worst, it should be fine. I can find something to shove in there. Probably just a quarter panel could also just like be tilted at an angle and shove in there. That's always a possibility. All right. So let's, what is that? Oh, okay, that's that. I was like, what is that thing hanging? Let's grab the trim. So let's look back at trim. What I need is edge. Let's go edge. It should be trim edge. Is there a way to combine those two words in a way that makes sense? What's this thing called? Oh, it is trim edge. Okay, good. Sometimes they're not next to each other. All right, so these are the pieces we can work with. We have brick, concrete, combat concrete, wood. I think if they're meant to be put together after the fact, the brick would be weird, but we could do the concrete potentially. So let's look at that. Spin it so I can see it. Okay, which way is this oriented? That's actually kind of perfect. It's gonna be a concrete edge, but that's not bad. So there's that, or we put in a wood beam. We could do the other style wood so that it looks more like a beam. Actually, that might be better. Let's do the BSM. And let's make sure that it can fill that gap. Okay, it can. And it does just look like a wood beam, so that's actually pretty perfect. We'll do that one instead. And we need how many of these? Like 2 only? Looks like 2 for that wall. Actually, hold on a second here. That does not fill that gap, does it? Weird and stupid. Okay, so they're not a full height for the wood beam ones. Wallpaper's wrong. Concrete's okay. What about the combat zone concrete? Does that have that weird trim edge, or is this actually a piece of concrete? Okay, this is actually a piece of concrete. This is what I was actually hoping for. The other one has like a weird... Oh, hold on. This one has a weird trim bit. But if I turn it around so you can't see the trim, that might work. Although it's a bit tall. If I get rid of that one and grab the other concrete one again and just turn that one around. Oh no, wait, that one doesn't have a backing on it, that's why. Oh, it's so annoying. Like, I don't want this edge thing, because it's gonna look weird against the other edge thing. I can't get them to line up perfectly because it's at a 45. What do I do? Okay, let's see. Deco's not gonna work. The brick is gonna look so weird. Let's just take a look though. This way around. Yeah, it's also got the stupid edge and it's got tile, so neither of those is right. I think we grab the combat zone pieces, we put them the wrong way. and we hope that it doesn't get shown through the floor, because it's going to be right up against the floor, which is my worry. Oh, it is going to show through the floor. Dang it! Why are they always have weird exceptions to rules with like every set? There's like little pieces that just make the set not functional in certain circumstances. It's very annoying. Okay, what if I grab the other wood piece and I turn it around? Is it also double height? It is. Oh, why? Why is it that the one that's single height is under single height and the other one is double height? Okay, so that gives me like basically one option. Let's try the concrete edge again. And let's just see what it looks like. It also actually is double height. So there isn't a real option here. Basically, I need to grab the edge that is the wood piece that is like under single height and hope that I can cover that hole up a little bit, because I don't think this is going to work. Although I could pull this above the other trim edge as well. No, because I want to go under that, actually. Never mind. It's not going to work. It has to go there, which means it's going to be seen through the floor. Dang. So there's only one set that can work, and it's going to be not correct because it's going to be too small. This is the wrong one. Where is the one? This is the one. The BS wood. This one. It's too small. For some reason, they put a gap there. But it will work. And you won't see that it's too small. I mean, not really anyways. If I duplicate it and I put a second row, no. See, look how much of a gap that is. Why? Why? Oh. Why? What can we do? Is there anything that's like actually one edge piece? This is making this way harder than it needs to be. Because you can tell when it meets the wall there that it's not going to cover that hole up. And if you could somehow fall down, you'd see that there's an edge there. I can hide it with like trash and stuff, but it's not good. Is there anything I could do? I could use one of the no, because then it's gonna meet up improperly here. Although if I use one of the ones that has a back on it, maybe. Okay, where's the trim with the wood edge? This one. This one has a back on it, so this one can work. So if we spin this around so that's the wrong way, then it just kind of looks like a beam. And then we'll have, I don't know why there's such a gap here. Is there a way I can fix that? This still has to have that overlap. That has to have that overlap. Not sure how I'm gonna fix that. That's weird though. Like it's just the one piece that has that. Because there should be. How are these set up then? Because there should be it should come up to the door frame, which should be up to that, which should be, oh yeah, because there's a little gap there. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Is this currently off grid? Yeah, it is. Okay. So I'm gonna need two of these here. Let's put this on grid, duplicate this, put these up to one another, spin this, put this over here, and put this over here. And then we're going to have to find some way to cover this up, but we can do that with the ramp that we're going to end up having to put in here. That's fine. How far over can I go? There. Okay, so that'll cover that. I'm going to have to do something to cover the fact that this is not tall enough to actually fill that space. Oh no, this one is too tall. Is too tall, right? So I can, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take it off grid and pull it up very, very slightly, and then just have that ramp cover it so that we don't have that seam there. Which I'll do later, but at least I know I'll see it in game, so it will remind me. Now I need to keep this going. No, wait. Let's just put this wall in place. These are not lined up right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get this on grid. We're going to need 3 pieces maybe. So let's grab 3. Why are these not lining up? Oh, are these off grid right now? Oh, they probably are. Okay, there we go. Off grid, on grid. On grid. I need to get another one of these is not broken. Break up the, oh come on. Rotate into weird places. Let's grab one of these. And let's actually delete one of these. It's okay to have 2 of them be the same, as long as they're the ones that are cleaner. Having 2 of the very wrecked ones will look very weird. There we go. Okay, we'll rotate this. And we'll push this into place. There. Now that's going to go in there too far, so we'll pull this till it's out. Okay, so we only needed 2 of them. Delete that. And whichever one of these is in the wrong place. This one. Okay. That's fine. Now we need the trim piece for this. And this one, we don't have to worry about it going under the floor. We will have to worry about it on this floor, but not this floor. So this one should be concrete for sure. So let's find a concrete edge. We want the one that's the battle zone one because we can do the back side of it, right? Yeah. Okay. Back side of that. Pull that forward. That's pretty good. So we're going to pull that one through and onto the grid. And then double that up. And spin that. Where is my handle? There it is. Pull that over. And that's good. We need 1 more of these. Actually, we need 2 more of these. I am not on grid right now. What is going on? Okay, that's on grid. I don't know how I took myself off grid. I hope I didn't screw something else up. Yeah, that's good. So that will have a ledge there. That's fine. And then we'll do the same thing here. This one can be wood again. Just going to duplicate this and drop this down. Excellent. That's looking correct. And that one has a huge gap, so we also don't have to worry about that one. Duplicate these and pull these over. And there needs to be another one of these as well. Okay, and that should be hidden perfectly below those floors because we offset the building. And we need to do one of these walls here. So let's pull this onto the grid. Okay. Sure, great. Duplicate this. Actually, we want one of the not super broken ones. We'll duplicate this one, pull this with it. And we'll go to this side, actually. Makes sense to have the broken one up against the, like, second building. I think... How much are we bleeding in? That looks safe. Yeah, okay, that's safe. Then we delete this one. Out. Perfect. All right. We need one more of these. Actually, we need two more of these. Duplicate them, shove them this way. Is that perfect? Yep. Okay, great. We're gonna need another one of these here as well. Although we're gonna have to figure out the elevator thing. That's gonna be a problem. But that looks right. This is gonna be a problem. We're gonna figure that out. That line is gonna be fine. We'll figure out how to make that not look as ugly. It kind of looks like it's picture rails, so it should be okay. So that should solve that. So this space is now done. That's not going to bleed into there. This house is all good. There's no bleed of any kind. That's great. We're hiding all that stuff. We're going to hide that with a ramp of some kind. Actually, I'm just going to do that now. Let's get a quarter panel. We are going to do like the carpet one if we can, which is deco. Which is we'll see. Actually, quarter panel is wrong. We're going to do a, what do we want to call it? What is it called? Platform. Deco SM plat. Deco SM. Okay, why did that not work? SM plat. Okay. SM plat. No? Oh, come on. I thought that that was what it was called. Quarter. Okay. Oh, it's SMFLR plat. SMFLR plat. There we go. Okay. Deco. Chunk, no. Whole edge plat. Just plat. I want floor plat. These. Okay. It's going to look stupid right now because it's going to be tile, but we'll fix that in a second. Let's turn it to carpet. Which one is the right carpet? Something like that. Actually, we could do the ugly tan one. Okay, and we're going to do something like that. And that does come around the edges of it, which is good. And we're going to have to take this off grid and rotate it. Oh my god, this is going to be so bad. Let's rotate it on grid first so that we can rotate in the right direction. Like something like that. Is that too much? Yeah, it's going to be too much. We need to go high enough to clear. God. Is it not going to give me enough gradient, I wonder? Is that as small of a change as I can make? Oh, you can't be serious. You're good. I mean, I guess we can pull it down a bit too. That will fix some of that. All right, let's put this back on, and we'll rotate this. We'll pull this. Sure. Why is it going there though? I want it to go out. Okay. Um. So we need to pull it forward a little bit further, but is that going to then be too far? It might be. I need to cover this. Although we can just get rid of that trim piece is what we could do. And we need to put a trim piece in here, so we can just do that. Yeah. So let's pull this down. Too far. Let's take it off grid. Pull it down. See, there's a nice gradient on that. Why isn't there a nice gradient on the rotate? That looks pretty good. Let's overlap it upwards just a touch so that there's no hole there. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and we'll grab this guy. We'll rotate this. Pull it over here. Oh, that should not be off grid anymore. And push it into there. What is that edge from? Oh, that edge is from the wall below the ground. That's a problem. If we can cover this with something, maybe we should grab one of these. Rotate this into place, and what we'll do is we'll use it to cover that seam there. A little too far forward, I think. But I might have to put it there. Ideally, we could cover both edges, but I don't know if that we're going to be able to. Let's try. Okay, and then we'll have to pull this guy this way. Okay, we're gonna need to duplicate it. Let's rotate it onto grid. Let's duplicate it and put them next to each other. And spin this. Okay, have a good night. I'm just trying to get this whole space done so that there's only one last thing I have to worry about in this building, which is the main lobby. We're getting very close to being able to do that. So I think we're gonna have to keep this pushed in that far. Actually, can we go a little bit further out, maybe? Like ideally I'd put it there, but there's this problem here. I might need another trim piece to go under the floor here. Maybe we just do that. Actually, let's use the short one. Excuse me. Which we should also probably have done for this. Although it doesn't really matter for that one. There's nothing in there. It's gonna be a problem. What is this called? Flat trim edge. And we want the PSM. Actually, we want the PSM short. That's the whole point of doing that. This way. Oh wait, is this the right one or is this the wrong one? That's the wrong one. That's the one that's too big. Oh no, these are the ones that are too big. Right. Never mind. Okay, so or we could put a corner piece. That might be better. Let's do a corner piece. We're gonna delete this piece. Trim PS corner. Come up and spin into place. Okay. This is not gonna be friendly, is it? So what I'm going to do is take it off grid, pull it this way so that it's mostly hidden by that edge, but it's not quite hidden. Because the point is we need to capture this. And it's really hard to capture that without also... Although we could go right up to the edge there. There's going to be a little bit of bleed there, though. We can probably hide that with a different mesh. Okay. We'll do that. Let's see if we can get right to the edge. So finicky. That's like if I go straight on top of it, no, it's not gonna help. It's too far sticking out still. This is so finicky. Okay, let's pull this in. Let's pull this into right there. That's probably as close as we're getting. That's pretty good though. So now we have to get this guy to line up with that as best as we can. We should grab the edge that's short, because it's gonna be easier to position and everything. Actually, let's put it on grid for a second. Okay, push it down. All right, and now we're gonna have to do the finicky bit. I really should have just pushed them together in the first place, but it's okay. If they're a little bit off, that's actually probably normal. Yeah, that's fine. Nobody's gonna notice, and that looks pretty good. As a ramp, that's not bad. Does suck that this edge doesn't quite match up though. And there's if I move this at all, hold on. Save this. If I move this, yeah, it's like right on the edge of that face. I can't pull it out anymore. Let's grab a quarter panel for that one too. Let's duplicate this and pull this over. That might be perfect actually. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's about as perfect as you can get there. Um, okay. So coming at it from this side, you can see that there is a little bit of an edge there, but that should be okay. That's, I mean, considering the pieces I have to work with, that's pretty darn good, I think. So then we're gonna need another one of these. Let's put these on grid again. Duplicate. Actually, we're just going to move it over, whatever. It's going to go something like that. We'll put a pillar in here and blend those two together, and that won't be a big problem. And we're going to have to figure out what to do with the elevator, but that's all fine. That floor is ready. That floor is ready. That floor is ready. This is the only one that had a really big problem because it has this hallway that's kind of weird. And the only reason I did that was because I needed an extra room or space for that bathroom to make the house work. But it works, so we're good. Elevator is going to go back in here, but we're going to have to deal with that some other time. It's going to be really complicated. Let's see. I mean, this is now all one unit. We could combine all these into residences, but I don't think I want to do that quite yet. In case we have to do some other fiddly bits with it. But that's pretty darn good. Okay. Let's turn on our other stuff. Make sure that we didn't screw something up somewhere else by doing that. So the whole reason we did that was so that we don't have any weird bleed into these rooms, which is good still. The staircase has no bleed. Looks like it's good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We ended up sealing in the little corner we had created, but it's fine. We still need that little wall piece for that connection right there. Do we though? We could probably pull this through, and that won't then be necessary. Oh, just one notch there. Is that good enough? Let's delete. No. Okay, let's see. Not quite. If I pull it one more. Are these not aligned? It looks like they're off, but they're actually not. It's just the weird texturing on that one wall. Okay. Is that too close? It is. That one's now over, but the other one's not. Push it back too far. It looks like it should work, but it doesn't. I could throw it off grid now and just pull it very slightly, and that should be fine. There's now bleed on that side and bleed on that side. Okay, so that lets us eliminate a wall. I think we should just do that on all of these. Get rid of this piece. Okay. There's bleed there, it looks like. Hard to tell. That looks like it goes through, yeah. And this one too, yep. Okay. There's no gaps. The other way. Yeah, that's good. Okay. That's good. We'll do the same up here. Freeze up a little bit of data. Oh, come on. Click. Oh, not that. Just these. I don't want the floor in as well. Pull that just a touch right there. Let's see. Make sure that this is still overlapping. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. Okay. Good. Oh, hold on. Nope, there is a gap there. Okay, let's forward a touch. And pull it over a little tiny bit. There, that should overlap those two. Oh, no, that one's still not. Dang it. It's like right on the edge, so it's really hard to get it perfect. I need it to come forward. I need to do. There we go. Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay, is there any other weird pieces like that? This guy is going to be a problem, right? He's coming into the wall? No, he's fine. There's enough of a gap there. Good. What about this guy? This guy is also fine. I think that's fine. Yeah. All right. Any other weird pieces that I can delete? No. That's okay. There's bleed there. There's bleed there. Okay. I think we finally finished this whole section. I was going to try to get to the other piece today, but there was a lot of fiddly bits in that, and this is going to be exactly the same problem with this. So we're going to do this another day. I think that's enough for tonight. We did get quite a bit accomplished, though. I'm pretty sure now this whole, basically everything is done, minus this, and then the space below, which I have to figure out. But I think I'm going to do that on a separate separate map, separate cell. Yeah. I'm good. All right. We're going to stop there. I think that's it for tonight. I need to rest before I sleep. Otherwise, my brain's going to be like spinning as I'm doing this stuff. So we'll come back to this tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be able to finish this whole interior tomorrow. I'm going to have a little bit more time tomorrow because I'm not going to do any more of the, or I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to start earlier, basically. So hopefully, if all goes well, we should be able to finish the whole rest of the main building tomorrow.